Thanksgiving is supposed to be about gratitude, but for Sarah, it was about revenge. 6 years of marriage, countless sacrifices, and in return, betrayal. But instead of breaking down, she planned the most unforgettable Thanksgiving dinner ever. One that her cheating husband Jake and his mistress Megan would never forget. Sarah had always believed her marriage to Jake was solid. Sure, they had their ups and downs, but she never imagined he would throw it all away for a woman like Megan, a wannabe Instagram model with the depth of a puddle. But 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, Sarah's world crumbled when she found Megan's lipstick in Jake's jacket pocket. At first, she gave him a chance to explain. He fumbled through a weak excuse about a group Halloween party. But Sarah wasn't stupid. That night, while Jake snored beside her, she went through his phone. And there it was. Messages, photos, videos. Not only had he been cheating, but he had been bragging about it to his friends. The worst part? The things he said about her. She's hotter than Sarah. Finally found someone who doesn't nag me. As if the years she spent supporting him, cooking for him, and picking up the pieces of his failures meant nothing. Then came the final insult. Megan doesn't have family nearby. I told her she could join us for Thanksgiving. Sarah didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't even confront him. Instead, she smiled, kissed his lying face, and whispered, "Of course, babe. The more, the merrier." Thanksgiving became Sarah's personal Super Bowl. She cooked with meticulous care, adding just a little extra spice to the evening's menu. But the real main course? The humiliation she had prepared for Jake and Megan. Megan arrived that evening all smiles, carrying a cheap bottle of wine like she hadn't been sleeping with another woman's husband. Sarah played the perfect hostess, even complimenting Megan's dress, which, if she had to guess, came straight off the clearance rack. When everyone sat down for dinner, Sarah stood, glass raised high. "I just want to say how thankful I am," she began, her voice dripping with sweetness. "For family, for friends, and for clarity." Her gaze locked onto Jake and Megan. "You see, I've recently learned so much about myself, and the people I thought I could trust." She turned to Megan and smiled. "And Megan, this is really your moment." The room fell silent. Jake shifted uncomfortably. Megan's smile faltered. Then, Sarah pressed a button on her laptop. The TV screen lit up with screenshots of texts, photos of sneaky meetups, and a particularly intimate video. Jake's mother gasped. His father turned red. Megan looked like she wanted to sink into the floor. Jake jumped up. "Sarah, what the hell?" "Oh, don't stop now," she said, feigning innocence. "We're just getting to the best part." The next slide? A group chat of Jake's friends ranking Megan against Sarah. Megan burst into tears. Jake's mother, who had always been skeptical of Sarah, now looked at her son like he was something scraped off the bottom of her shoe. But Sarah wasn't finished. She disappeared into the kitchen and returned holding a covered casserole dish. With a flourish, she pulled off the foil, revealing a steaming pile of raw turkey guts. "I made this just for you, Megan. I call it homewrecker surprise." Then, with a grin, she tipped the dish right into Megan's lap. Megan let out an ear-piercing shriek and bolted from the table, dripping with blood and slime. Jake moved to follow her, but Sarah blocked his path. "Oh, you're not going anywhere," she said coolly. "Your stuff? It's packed. In the garage. Also, I gave your boss a little call. Turns out, company policy frowns upon employees filming extracurricular activities in the office." Jake's face went ghost white. He turned, as if to plead with his parents, but his mother just shook her head in disappointment. His father muttered something under his breath about raising an idiot. Jake slunk away, humiliated, out of excuses. Megan was long gone, probably trying to scrub turkey guts out of her overpriced dress. Sarah took her seat, lifted her glass, and smiled at her guests. Her mother, unfazed by the drama, raised her own glass and said, "Best Thanksgiving ever." And for Sarah, it truly was.